I always had a passion for writing, reading, editing, photography, basically journalism in general. Um, though I only get to live those passions recently, these past few weeks, especially during the pandemic. But this whole time, I've kept all those things to myself, and then I figured that I want to help others. I want to inspire others somehow. And if I manage to go further, becoming a Rise Global winner will certainly mean that I can learn a lot of new things that I might not have been aware of earlier. I also figured that I might get a chance to partner up with a lot of different like-minded people from different countries, background, ethnicities, etc., etc. And I think that we can pair up and we can team up, we can learn and support each other because truly we learn something new every day. As a student myself, my area of interest in this ongoing project of mine is education throughout journalism. I want to publish positive, entertaining, and educational social media content for youth, especially for youths like me, teenagers. People have certainly been faced with challenges and adversities throughout their lifetime. No exception for me myself. I think that the most recent challenge I've been faced with, which I'm very aware that most teenagers my age might also experience, are probably things like getting demotivated because I set the bar too high for my own standard. And when I fail to achieve them, I get demotivated to continue my journey. This also led to the feeling of getting overwhelmed because sometimes school can get pretty overwhelming, especially high school where you have to keep up with not only the lessons that are gradually becoming more complicated over time, but also your social interactions and the new customs, behaviors that you picked up from people all around you. At times it can get pretty overwhelming and tiresome to the point where I eventually get demotivated and I put myself down. But I realized that I can't let these challenges overcome me. I have a dream, a big one, and in my life, I believe that I am the one who's supposed to overcome these challenges. I started by bringing myself closer to God, and I believe by being spiritually active, I have this grip on me that will eventually bring my mind into some more positive vibes. Therefore, I have a clean set of mind, and I have a sense of power to believe in myself to overcome these challenges. I started listening and reading motivations on social media. I started listening to my mom's advice, that is taking a break. I learned that it's totally okay. In fact, it's important to give yourself a break from time to time as long as you don't slack off. And finally, I have made peace with the fact that everybody will be faced with many different problems in life. Without problems, we might not be able to become a better person. Hence, we learn from those challenges, right? And like I said in the previous video, we learn something new every day. Well, I guess we also get faced with new challenges every day. And that is what, in my opinion, makes us a better person. I always like journalism related activities. I like making contents for my Instagram account and for my YouTube channel that are either education or literacy related. For example, I regularly make poems and short stories that I will then post to my Instagram account. As a part of the journalistic section of the student council organization in my school, I also often document school events such as class meeting competition, Teachers' Day celebration, and so on. Not just that, I'll later turn them into a mini vlog for either my personal social media or for the school documentation. While making these social media contents, I realized that I want not just to make, but also to publish educational and positive contents in social media. especially for youths. I realized that in my current position as one of the school's journalistic member, I am more than capable of spreading more positive contents, be it posts, be it videos, etc., in plenty of social media platforms I own. And that is my main focus of this project. I want to start with what might seem like it's something small, but is impactful for the people around me. Because as an appointed reading ambassador, or literally translated to English as Duta Baca of my school, I also wanted to try to improve the literacy between youths. For my project in general, I did some qualitative research by observing the behavioral pattern and the taste of content that people my age prefer. I did this observation amidst my time at school, so I don't really have the appropriate amount of notes and documentations because, frankly, this is more of a mission-like project that I have planned way before I get officially admitted to the student council journalistic section, and I would say that I've been executing this project right after I get appointed the position of journalistic member. That is why I don't have the adequate notes and documentaries for this observation. But for some specific topics, e.g. to write an article, I do have the appropriate amount of documentaries in the matter. So let's say I am writing an article about mangrove as an example, because I wrote that several months ago. I was one of the lucky finalists of the English speech contest held by the Indonesian Ministry of Forestry. As I was writing the script for my speech, I discovered that some interesting facts about mangroves from the internet. But it doesn't stop there, because the fact that the Indonesian Ministry of Forestry held a workshop about mangrove in TWA Mangrove Angke Kapuk in North Jakarta. And I am the one of the few lucky finalists to participate in the event. I got to experience that. We even get to plant mangroves together. It was so much fun. Plus, I have a broader knowledge, about these mangroves, and it's pretty interesting, and it's just too precious to keep for myself. So I went home and I decided that I should make an article about this. It was really helpful for me. It was really helpful for the school's bulletin board, which we'll start working on hopefully next year. And that is one of my many ways to do research regarding a matter of a topic. I have a set of goals that are mainly focused between increasing the number of positive and educational contents in social media, like I've mentioned in the previous video, and also to broaden the knowledge and literacy interest among youths or people my age. I chose this topic because, as someone who fell in love with literature and has a keen interest in it, I realized that not many young adults or youths felt the same. Some of them even still limit the meaning of literacy itself to just reading books or writing novels and things alike. I want to raise the awareness that literacy is not limited to just that. You can, let's say, go watch a movie or a video. You can listen to songs that fits your taste. You can read some articles online, and it can still count as a literature activity. And even as a part and member of the Teenage Red Cross extracurricular in my school, during some training sessions, I realized that even health education counts as literacy. That is why I have this goal that I must improve the exposure and the meaning of literacy itself towards people around me. Not just my friends, my teachers, my seniors, my juniors, but also my family, and etc., etc. I try to think of a way to implement the idea that I have in a fun and exciting manner, especially for Gen Zs. That is why my friends and I, especially in the journalistic section, have made a set of designs and plans on how we could implement these ideas. We have several discussions over the course of a few months, and here's what we're going to do. And yes, this is a group project because as journalist section is entirely comprised of 6 girls, we are like sisters to each other and we're inseparable. Anyways, first we plan on to cleaning and redecorating the school's bulletin board, and it's been inactive for a few months. That's why we wanted to reactivate it and give a new life to it. After that, we will stick up some informations on it, and not just any kind of informations. We stick up infos about scholarship for the 12th graders, infos on numerous competitions, either locally from our school or from other neighboring school, e.g. soccer competition, let's say, singing competition, Ratoh Jaro traditional dance competition, as we also aim towards getting a way to preserve native Indonesian culture. Besides that, we also have this idea of putting students' work into display. It can be poems, drawings, it can also be paintings, etc. It can also be a short story, but we'll only put a display of the synopsis or the blurb, as we consider that the many spaces it might take. So we'll also leave a barcoded link of the platform to the full story, so you can just scan it through your phone and you can enjoy the story, and it also enhances creativity. We've spoken to the school president, to the school student council president, and also to the school librarian about this, and they all gladly welcomed this idea. Not just that, but we're also planning on making a Get Us box that we will put next to the board so that people can get in touch with us. They can give us the suggestions and critiques that will help us improve, but we might hopefully execute this project next year, considering that we have other prioritized work this year that we have to get done, and hopefully everything went well as planned. In the previous video, I have talked about the goals of my project. I certainly need to take action in order for those goals to come true in the first place. The first ever step I took in order to achieve those goals is to join the student council. I need a power that enables me to do so. I need a job that is fitting with my vision and mission as to why I joined in the first place. I need a responsibility that has been delegated to me by nature if I have managed to become a part of a certain organization. In my case, the school student council. It is definitely not an easy process, hence we as candidates must go through a 3 months selection phase, but I am determined. I am invested in this, and thank God at the end I eventually managed to get the position. In the journalistic section, I often get handed the responsibility of being the documentation team, which means I have to take videos and pictures with my trustworthy camera alongside my partners. And it doesn't stop there. After the event is over, I have to move pictures and videos from memory cards to Google Drive account in order for people to be able to view it. Not just that, I also often turn those videos into a mini vlog. For me, it's such a fun and entertaining process because it follows up with my passion, and it always makes me happy to see the smile on my friend's face whenever they see the photos and the videos of them that I took. Of course, there are some obstacles in the process, things like G Drive storage running out, needing a premium access to editing softwares and websites, camera batteries running low every several hours, especially when used heavily, like to record longer duration video, getting exposed to direct sunlight that causes overheating, and other factors. Draining internet packages from uploading photos and videos to a G Drive account when no Wi-Fi is available, etc. But as team, we managed to overcome these obstacles from buying a 2 terabyte storage in G Drive. As for me, I use a government funded education Google account that enables me to access a premium edit membership of the said editing website to create a more powerful design. As team, we also managed to communicate our way through the battery running low thing problem by taking turns with different cameras. That way, the other can also take a break. And at times, he also tried to upload those files in a Wi-Fi covered area to save time in our internet packages, and it definitely is more time efficient. At the end of the day, it all just worth the hard work. I'm not currently able to say how effective the project I am currently undergoing is. As teams, we have not started working on our bulletin board just yet, but so far I can safely assume that this project is pretty effective because it will manage to revive our school's social media accounts. And I also already get started on posting more content on my personal social media as an attempt to reach the goal of my project. And all this hard work surely had helped me as an individual. I think that it comes from improving my communication skill, my relations, and it also helped enhance my knowledge on editing and operating several different camera apparatus. It's certainly a challenging, but it's fun. It's a fun project to work, albeit might seem like something small. It might seem like a small project, but I believe that something small can give a big impact if we care enough to make it happen to its fullest extent.